It is 3:38. Traffic on the 8s. Aaron Daltorian live in Old Town Newhall. Checking in with CHP, and I do sound a little muffled. I can even hear it in my headphones. Why? Because I'm wearing a mask. Why? Because I have someone in studio. It's Cardon Ellis. I will save the full introduction for just a second. We'll check in with CHP, do what I'm paid for. No incidents, just delays. 14 northbound, touch and go from the 5 up your Golden Valley Road. That is it. 298 KHTS. Do you see anything that is escaping my purview? And you want to let me know about it. 298-5487 is our traffic tip line. On your hometown station weather forecast, expect to see mostly clear skies for the rest of the day, and actually going to be the coolest day of the week. And yes, it is a Monday, but it is the coolest day of the week. Tomorrow, back in the low 90s, upper 90s on Wednesday, triple digits Thursday through the weekend. Right now, we're looking at 84 in Valencia and a cool, slightly breezy 82 right here in Old Town Newhall.
The Afternoon Drive with Aaron Delatorre.
Your hometown station.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
3:39 here for our weekly dose of pest control wisdom. The Prince of Pest Control, Chief Inspection Officer at Unipest, the premier pest control company in the United States, particularly here in the Santa Clarita Valley. He's Cardon Ellis. He joins me in studio. What's happening, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm doing very well. We had a good off-mic conversation about dietary habits and all of that. You look good, man. You look good.
Thanks. You know, I got to say, you're one of my favorite hosts to talk to because you ride those horses bareback, you know? Every time I come in here, you take off the pop filter of the microphone.
Yes.
And you just have it raw, and that's edgy. It's literally unfiltered. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. You gotta watch your P's. You know what I'm saying?
Your plosives.
Yes, exactly.
But we got these cool face masks helping us out.
So, tell me, Cardon, is every house filled with bugs? Are we all living in blissful ignorance, or is it just not going to be a problem until it's too late?
No, I'm a huge fan of the idea that ignorance is bliss, especially with insects, you know, because
100%.
I mean, what's the opposite of bliss? Horror. So when you get, a certain infestation of fleas or bed bugs or whatever, it's pretty horrifying. So yeah, I guess one could say that you're in bliss until it happens. Yeah.
So every house is, filled with all of the things that we don't want to think about, right?
Well, I wouldn't say every house. There always is these, what we call, the nuisance threshold in the industry. So not every house has bugs, but I do have to say it blows people's minds. Like we have this phrase in the industry that there's only 2 types of houses and restaurants, those that have bugs and those that have bugs you haven't found yet. So I can't tell you how many times people have, called me over for an inspection. I'll walk to the front door. I'll be like, "Oh, am I here for the termite inspection?" And they'll say, "What? No, I don't have termites." I'm like, "Yeah, like right there, literally at your like front door frame. I can see it.
You can see it. It's like a superpower. It's like a gross superpower that you have."
I would actually, I've never thought of it as a superpower, but my pride and my ego and my self-perception will welcome that kind of terminology. I'll call it a superpower. No, I'm just kidding. But, you just get used to it. Once you've been doing it for a long time, you do notice things. And this is what I always tell people. Homes are like humans, man. 0 to 20 years old, ain't nothing wrong with us. Mm-hmm. You can throw the book at us, and we just bounce back. No back problems, no knee problems, no vision problems, no glasses, no braces, nothing. We're perfect. Then, by the time our 30s hit, we fake that we're still all good, but we can go to bed at 10 now, and, we start to know when it rains because, that knee pain and so on and so forth. And by the time we're 40, forget it. We're all lying to ourselves and we're all taking some kind of medication, right? Houses are the same. Houses are like humans. Those first 20 years, ain't nothing wrong with them. After that, you're lying to yourself.
So what are some of the warning signs then? Can we see it through our walls? Do our floors start to pop up a little bit? What are some of the things that we should be looking out for then?
Well, in Santa Clarita, as of late, let me see, the things to look out for. That's a really good question. I would say there's 3 things that plague us this time of year, okay, and also in the age that most communities are. Classic Santa Clarita experience like heavy building, post-war, shall we say. And then there was another boom in the 60s and 70s where they actually leveled the hills to make Valencia hills. And then we also had that whole 90s boom and then the 2010 boom, right? So of the older homes, the oldest homes, like Happy Valley, old school canyon country, sand canyon, so on and so forth, termites. Dude, hands down, termites and rats. Why? Because the old homes, some of the old homes here are built with crawl spaces. There's actually an old home on Chestnut Street that I inspected that's awesome. You can see it in some of the oldest pictures of the Santa Clarita Valley. And it has like a legit wine cellar almost as large as this room that we're broadcasting from. Like old school cellar from like a horror movie, right? It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Like a torture chamber almost.
Yeah, well, I guess
it just went dark.
Yeah, if that was your predilection, yeah. Some people might say an actual wine cellar, but yeah, we could jump to the whole like torture chamber. That could work, But anyway, those homes, yeah, termites, because they're old. Some of them are built out of true cut 2x4s. People don't realize it, but pre-war, when they milled pieces of wood, a 2x4 actually was 2 inches by 4 inches. And back then, the wood was so much stronger because they were actually milling old growth trees. The trees actually had to experience bark beetles, pestilence, disease, drought, all kinds of just the elements. So if you take cross sections of the wood, just inch for inch and square inch for square inch, the wood is so much tighter, stronger, and the rings are a lot smaller in between. So it's beefy wood, right? And there's homes all over Arcadia and Wayman that date back to the 20s and the 30s. I mean, it's just totally awesome. I love inspecting those houses. But, dude, they fall victim to termites and rats super easily because the architecture was different. Meanwhile, the newer houses, built on like slab foundations, ants galore, dude. And crickets like crazy because the little cracks and crevices that you with the cement and the xeriscaping and all that other stuff breed crickets, and black widows eat 8 to 9 crickets a week. So they get all fat and happy. And then all that beautiful little decorative stonework that you want to do so you look like your cute neighbors up the street that did their landscaping all
Ants. A lot of ants.
Dude, yes. It's crazy.
Whether it is a weak slab or beefy wood, he will inspect it. You always learn something when Cardon Ellis comes in. Continuing education is a big part of Unipest and basically all pest control services. You always come in, talk about, oh man, I just had this 9-hour course this weekend, 8-hour course this weekend. What have we been up to education-wise?
Oh my goodness gracious. Actually, it's kind of funny. Ironically, respirator training. We have to do that every year and have had to for like 20 years. A lot of what our training is technical. Bugs are constantly evolving, and you're constantly having to find new ways to attack old problems because of classic issues like pest resistance. Can't constantly be using the same chemicals or else they become immune to it, and you get like super Ninja Turtle bugs that become resistant. There was actually a product called deltamethrin back in the day that was used to combat bed bugs that they found was used often enough by enough companies and enough municipal organizations that strains of deltamethrin resistant bed bugs were forming.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah, doesn't that actually sound like a horror
bugs.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
So, a lot of, I can't say that we get continuing education on the same thing except for the rules and regulations. Every year I have to reread the Structural Pest Control Act and take a test on it. So that's the only thing that stays the same. The rest is technical, and it's actually pretty fun, dude.
Unipest.com to schedule your free home inspection today.
Whoop, whoop.
Unipest.com, 661-BUG-7575. That is 284-7575. Again, go to Unipest.com. Get some more information on all of their services. Residential, commercial, fumigation, bed bug, heat treatments. Yes, they remove it just by bringing the heat. Cardon Ellis of Unipest, Santa Clarita's eco-friendly and organic pest control company. And I asked you last time you were in, and I feel like we should reiterate because it is important.
Yeah.
That the eco-friendly and organic, it is obviously eco-friendly, but it's just as effective.
Oh, yeah. There's a big concern because, I mean, there's an hour explanation and then there's a 30-second explanation. The 30-second explanation is that all of us probably have the same deep and abiding concern of clean air, clean water, minimal impact that's not necessary to get rid of a nuisance problem, right? So our company long ago developed protocols that are the least impact possible in order to maintain the highest quality of life so that all of us can enjoy the same awesome town community together for as long as possible. So yeah, all of our protocols are as eco-friendly as we can get them. If there's organic options that we can use that actually will solve the problem, we'll use them. Other times you can't, so we use the least impact possible. But yeah, everything we do, it's pretty green, man. It's pretty fun too.
Cardon Ellis of Unipest. Final question: when am I getting my Unipest merch?
Oh, dude, that's
true.
I'll get you one, dog.
Yeah, give me. I thought you were gonna come in full bee suit today or last interview.
Yeah.
We gotta go viral with that.
I've got an ant head that I made out of paper mache that I could wear.
You know what I'd like to do? I would like to go on one of these beehive removals. Do you have an extra bee suit that I could wear?
Oh, dude, I'll take you out in a heartbeat. It's fun.
Yeah, dude. I feel like we could definitely do a YouTube video on that and post that to the KHTS radio
Yeah.
YouTube. Also, Unipest has its own YouTube channel as well, where they teach you a lot of things like putting down a rat trap or putting down one of those whatever you guys do.
DIY pest control,
DIY
baby.
pest control. Unipest.com, 661-284-7575. That is bug 7575. Cardon, thanks so much for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
3:49, quick break. More music coming up.